We are live. Go ahead and check the sound real quick, guys. Say what's
Check,
up.
check,
Let me
check.
check it outside.
What up, guys? Welcome back. Or as actually like a welcome back for us since we were not filming this show last week due to unforeseen circumstances. Actually, the place that we record this at, there was a crazy mad fat man in there causing a scene in here. Actually, it was pretty
Yeah.
bad, but
You
glad
would
to be
think
back.
you would think you pay rent, you should be able to get your time, but it's all good. We are back, baby,
Yep.
and at a perfect time too because
Huge drop. Huge drop tomorrow.
huge drop,
Your
huge as
boy,
far as
Benzo's 11 didn't introduce.
damn, it's bright.
Right
Huge
here.
drop as far as like what it is, but not very huge as far as the amount of mints that there are.
It's scarce. It's scarce. It's one of those that I do not feel like I will get lucky, but I'll still go for it. I'll try. But I don't think I'm going to get lucky. It's how I felt about Amazing Fantasy. Well, actually, I didn't feel that way about Amazing Fantasy. But after it, I for sure felt that way about that other Spider-Man comic, the Spider-Man 300. I was like, oh, I ain't getting shit. It's 10,000 mint. Like, that's it. I ain't getting it.
I believe I'm gonna hit the secret rare tomorrow morning. I'm gonna get it.
So we're going to get into that about the secret rares, the rarities, and the quantities of the rarities that they are releasing, and the thing they have in common, even though there is no common, they got one thing in common when it comes to the edition size. But yeah, Benzo's 11 back right here with
Funk
the
Vision
VV Bros
32.
Premium Digital Dope channel. So we were gone. We had a little hiatus, but now we're just high. I have nothing
Well,
else
he's
to
the
say.
host. He's just walking around and shit. So we're waiting for the host because he gets mad when we try to host.
Yes, I am the
I'm gonna
only
cut this
host
off,
of
but-
this here show.
He was the one harassed by that angry fat man last week.
Last week we had some business. We had some house cleaning here, and we're a shared
Corey,
studio.
sorry about
so-
that.
So we had a little family gathering last week, and we just had to straighten a few things out. But we are back, and hey, right on time with a super dope drop, like we were just talking about. You guys were mentioning Miles Morales has finally landed on the app. Will be landing on the app. We've been waiting for him since March, since back when I was talking about Mario. It's a me, a Mario. But no, it was Well, back then when we said the M, it was something else. I forgot what the M was because they were talking about that. Remember, it was like speculating it was an M, something with an M, and I was saying Miles Morales. It ended up being something really dumb, not dumb, but like it was something else. But I can't recall right now off the top of my head. But we do finally get Miles Morales, which is super dope. And then the curveball with the edition size, right? And that's pretty crazy of Veve to do. I didn't see that coming.
Into that. Yeah.
So let's get into that.
Very small edition size.
Why do you think Veve is choosing to do that?
Because they're learning from the market. They're seeing what's being sold, and they know that for the people who hit on this one, it kind of like you're gonna be so happy you hit that later on, like it kind of makes you more reluctant not to sell. Like you're not gonna want to sell because you already know there's only 3,000 of these, and then when it comes to the secret rare, there's only 250, and Veve's keeping 90.
How were they keeping 90?
90 editions. So it's like
I can't understand.
You got really 160 out there. 160. Only 160 people can hit on that secret rare. So if you do hit on it, it's like, dude, yeah, you could flip it. You're gonna get a pretty penny. And do you want to flip it during the bear market? That's not something you could buy back into. I believe that secret rare. I think other ones maybe the other two,
right?
You could flip and buy back in, but that secret rare only 160.
I will say this: even comics are not selling out right now, right? And I think if you added it all up with Decon, I think it's like 7 or 8 in a row, but for sure it's at least like the last 10 out of 11 or 12. Like you can start going back. Well, we're now getting into a territory where like you haven't had a sellout. That's my point. The last 10 out of 11 or 12 drops have not sold out. So obviously Veve has to adjust to that. I think a certain amount.
Want it. They say that they don't mind that because new users can come.
Right. I know that, and I think they want like stock.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want stock right there? You don't want new people to come in, everything's sold out. But then at the same time, if you're saying that, then why wouldn't they put more editions right now for Miles Morales and just leave it right there too? it's an interesting.
The animation is dope on that secret rare too. Like that's just dope.
Do you think that it was already planned that they were gonna drop it, or they dropped it because of all these non-sellouts, and it's like bring them back in?
I think they know that they're dealing with a big character such as a Spider-Man at any level.
Wait,
You know
had
what
the
I
promo,
mean?
yeah, I had the promo
They
video.
had they gave them the full promo, right? They didn't wasn't just like here it is. So I think Vivi knows like we need a home run, we need a heat check, or like I said, it's a heat check or a code check. There's no reason that the secret rare should be really cheap, and there's no reason any of them should go into retail. Now, if any of them do, that's just another thing that just tells you what point of the market we're in. And not only that, but like just how careful Vivi has to be with its drops. It doesn't want to drop something really significant and huge and then have it go under retail or have it be a flop. So those additions is how it protects against that. If they had given us 60,000, amazing fantasies, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I think because of the
I think it's
success of
more
that 10K.
Marvel than Vivi on that tip. Like how Boba Fett was and how those drops went. And now even this comic for the Star Wars, I don't think Lucasfilm is going to lower those edition sizes. I think they're like the market and the fan base will catch up eventually. So we need to have this many out there for them.
Right.
Like I think this is a Marvel thing. And they announced that partnership with Target simultaneously. Like you come through, it's right after New York Comic Con. So I do think it was like calculated. Not as far as the market goes or how other drops have been going, but I think they just said like after Comic Con, we're going to come through with this heat and we're going to drop it. The only thing I think that changed maybe is probably the edition size, because that's a low ass edition size. Like fuck.
Right. I mean,
you got to get lucky.
And then to keep 90 of the secret rares, they have to be keeping a chunk to do later on as giveaways or something else, because they normally don't keep that many. For them, I think they keep 50, right? Normally 50 or something. Or 40, so for them to 40, go in 40 and yeah. to double it, why? And then to leave so little for the rest of us. Hopefully they have something else up their sleeve. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Maybe this is for giveaways. When the movie comes out, when the Spider-Verse movie comes out, part 2.
Yeah, that could be it. Or
maybe they're holding it for that, but it's still like fuck. For as far as going for the drop, like that's an instant sellout. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You'll probably be
they've been adjusting them though, so maybe this is where it's gonna be now. Like
no, but that's what I'm saying.
They didn't do it for Doc Ock. They didn't do it for Doc Ock. They didn't do it even for you had the Mysterios and all that recently, right? You?
It's hot. No, well, yeah. Look,
it's hard being.
But what I'm saying is that I feel like Marvel's their most active. Marvel is their most active partner as far as like they go in public with them, so I feel like they're more in tune as far as whatever Vivi's going through. They're kind of the ones going through it with them, as in a more personal way than let's say the Disney, because the Disney ones fucking still sell out. Those ones are still going. Like it don't matter. People are still going for those.
But, Disney started doing secret rare posters right out the bat, and kind of didn't try to distinguish through edition size. Just said, look, let's make them all valuable. And it looks like Marvel with as far as this drop is doing that, because it's like, there's no common, no uncommon. Now you just jump right into the rare, which always performs pretty good, and it could still go under. And then they say, all right, it's edition size. I think you probably will see an initial push, but once people have a fixed amount in their mind, as far as they paid 50 and they at least want to get that back, or like they really want that secret rare, nothing else is worth it. We could still just see the same thing. Like we could see it sit at retail at $50, because $50 too isn't cheap in this market. You have people who could just be watching that are like, I'm not gonna put $50, and if they are, where's it gonna come from? From them selling something else. So we're still not in that market where there's just you can't just assume everyone's got 50. That's my point. As far as the active and participating people, some people are in there and they're just brand new and they hit their AF-15.
We were 10K before the last time we talked about it. There's only 3K editions.
But there's like only 4,000 active users. So then maybe you get a boost from Comic-Con, right? Or you got everyone goes back on for this. Out of those 10,000, let's just say there's some young people, there's people who may not have the 50, let alone the aftermarket 500 to buy a secret rare or something like that. Because from edition size, that secret rare should be crazy, right? Like if a Vader has 5,000 edition is that sitting at 500, this has freaking what, a tenth of the percent.
Wait,
Well,
so
that's why I don't think there's gonna be that many on the market. I think you're just gonna see flex post, and then maybe a few, like maybe 10 to 15 that are actually willing to sound putting
But
something
as
out
far
there
as
like
as
that.
far as active users, when you look at those numbers, like does it say how many are in the US, how many are like where they're at? Because there was some dude I saw on Twitter too, and he was like, I think he said in UK, he's like, who's Miles Morales? I didn't know who this was at all until Veve. Like I did not know of him at all.
And he's popular because for the people who know, but to some people they don't, and maybe the edition size and everything. That's what I'm saying. Like it could be a pumped drop the day of, and people see gains and they get really happy, almost like AF-15 a bit. AF-15 is held from the 20, but if you bought at 800-900 buying into the idea that it was about to moon for all the reasons it has, right? It should. Hey, there's so many few editions, this and that, eventually. But if you bought it at 800-900, it's a sure thing. Yeah, you could be regretting it, and that could happen again this time if people go too crazy with Miles Morales and just think, hey, he's a for sure win. Yeah, in the long run,
I think the secret rare it's just there's too few of them, and it's a secret rare. It's animated. They did not do what we were talking about, how we were saying like they're gonna put the lowest edition. I mean, like the lowest rarity with which has the highest edition size, that they would do that one with the animation. They didn't. They took it back, and that secret rare animation is dope as fuck. He goes invisible. He jumps.
I mean, look at this. You got the Mickey animated that dropped, and it's under retail. It could barely
secret
hold
rare
37.
Secret rare is still up there,
right? Yeah. But as far as the animation goes, but no, I mean, regardless, that's just like another side point. This is a banger. This is gonna do numbers. This is gonna do great.
Well, the movie's probably gonna come out soon, whether it's the animated one or whether they bring them to the MCU.
It is, and
it's gonna come out soon. They even did the Logan comic book now. They announced
Spider-Man 2, the video game, comes out
and he's gonna
March too
with Deadpool 3. So it's like they did it even with She-Hulk. They've been setting it up that way. So the catalyst that everyone's always looking for, it's right there around the corner as far as
but I think right now too though.
But to get people on the app, like Miles Morales, the movie's gonna be huge. But to get people on the app to buy the NFT or to even be down,
I foresee another.
We're still far away.
But that's in quick flip mode.
I foresee another AMC release though with NFT with that movie with Marvel. From that poster, one, something.
Either way, look, moving forward,
so something you're gonna get.
I remember you saying this before, like that Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man, right? In the movies, portrayed him the best. Yeah. But we had Tobey Maguire when we were kids, and then I didn't really watch the Andrew Garfield ones like that. I think I saw the first one, didn't see the second one. But now, I personally didn't like them. But now, if Tom Holland isn't going to be Spider-Man anymore, or for much longer, that's it. The transition will happen where whoever they bring into the MCU for Miles Morales, they have all this room to make movies with him and to plug him into it. So
shouts out to Corey Hooper, by the way.
But
he
does.
It's a great drop at the right time.
What up, Corey? He has two movies.
No, but you know what's dope though? You know what's dope about this drop right now too though? Like it is, if you're in the app, you're gaining. You know what I mean? As far as like you're lucky to be a part of this one too. And I get it, even with AF-15, that's why I've been like AF-15 was just a huge shift. And we'll get into that a little bit because I've been thinking about it. I still don't got one. I'm still holding.
Still thinks it's gonna go to 200.
No. And I'm gonna wait. I'll be happy to buy it at 300, but we'll see. I'd rather be late and then ending up having to buy it at 500 clean, but the market went up 700, 800 clean. That means everything went up.
No, it's
then I'll just cut off. Then trying to jump in and chase it because it has more to fall. That's only been my point. If we're all going down,
well, have a Boba Fett if you want.
Boba Fett was $95 last night. 95 all-time high.
Shit before you sell your AF-15. You sell
so anyway, hold
10
on.
collectibles.
Let me just
say this though. Before you sell your AF-15.
AF-15 did affect it, even as far as like me going for drops and us right now. We were in a point of the community where it was really low. We're doing the podcast. We're buying every week. We're staying informed and involved, but a lot of people weren't. But they all jumped back in for AF-15.
Well, because they've been waiting for it, talking about it for a very long time.
Right. But that's still the thing. Like, I feel like even with Miles Morales, with this one, it even feels different from AF-15 in the sense that some people are going to miss it. They're going to be like, who is Miles Morales? I didn't see the first movie and I don't understand why he's important, right? And so maybe we do have an opportunity. I think people who are here in the bear market that are suffering, I think I speak for myself and I probably speak for a lot of people in the sentiment, in the sense that you would hope, if you're the one like showing up for your team and they're freaking on a losing streak, or they're on the bottom and you're in that stadium, that maybe you get something. Maybe the player throws you a ball into the stands.
That's why I bought the New Mutants. I was
know?
like, I haven't bought one in a while on the drop. Let me just be a part of this. Let them put me back in the data as going for a drop or like purchasing one.
And so if you're, you know, I don't know. And I feel like people want that from Veve right now. Like do something for us where, you know, you're paying attention to us, not just while you're signing it to us, but just know that we're going through a hard time. You guys are probably going through a somewhat hard time.
Yeah, Alex, come on the podcast. Come on the live. That's what he's saying. So do something for us.
Corey said, Alex says, Corey, you turning up? And then Corey wrote, what does turning up mean, Alex? Corey, let me explain to you in the States what turning up means. Turning up means getting inebriated and or having a really good time. May not even be with getting intoxicated or inebriated. Could just be having a great time. Are you turning up? You know, turning up the energy, turning up the volume, pump up the volume, if you will.
Also known as TU.
TU, turn up. So anyway, Veve needs to do something. I think we're going to hit, dude. I think people are going to sleep on this. I think $50 is going to scare some people and they're going to go, it's going to go into retail, bro. I'm not going to buy it. Go for it. Y'all don't know what you're dealing with.
I hope so.
Hopefully all of us could hit. That's hella low edition size. Veve is super crazy for this one, but it also kind of shows you like the trajectory they're aiming Miles Morales as far as him being the new thing. That's that rookie card. They know they're giving you Tom Brady rookie card right now. They know he's the next guy. You know, like you're getting Bronny right now. You're getting Bronny rookie card. We know that that's LeBron's son. Like he's the franchise. So we're going to hook you up with his FA right now and make it even more valuable for you to have it.
But let me give you some insight.
Russian break.
Let me give you some insight. If they planned on him, this is one thing that has me a little skeptical about Miles Morales. They planned on giving him, you know, passing him the torch. If you played the game Spider-Man, the newest one that came out, it was about 5 years ago, I believe, 6 years ago, maybe by now.
Yeah, 2018.
Oh, yeah, so 5. That game was amazing. That, like, no pun intended with Amazing Spider-Man. That game was just amazing. It was badass. Even the fucking packs you could buy for it, everything, like, just beating that game was so dope. They gave Miles Morales his, right? And the hype on that for me, like me and my son, we were pumped up. We're like, fuck yeah, it's gonna be another one like Spider-Man. And it was in a sense, but very, very short. It felt like a pack that you bought, just like, you know, to extend the game. It felt like that, like just side missions in a way, because it didn't live up to like what Spider-Man was. Now Spider-Man 2 is coming out, and then I feel like that one is gonna just be ridiculous. And you know, spoiler alert on that first one, if you haven't played it, my bad, but like Aunt May dies, you know, the Sinister Six kills her ass. It's like some crazy ass storyline. It's
now
badass.
I'm never gonna play it.
Wow, wow, you've had 5 years to play it and you didn't play it. But anyways, the Miles Morales story is dope as far as with his dad, his uncle, how it all goes down. It's pretty dope, but I don't know because of that. I know they're making Spider-Man 2 one of the sickest fucking games of all time. That's why they've taken their time on developing it. It's gonna come out. It's gonna be ridiculous. So I don't know. That leaves me a little skeptical that Miles Morales was so short. My son beat it in like 10 hours.
Yeah, he's a little maniac though on the video game.
Yeah, but he's still he beat that like that.
What this tells me is that once again, Veve just shows they're just staying the course. I don't think it's because they didn't sell out or because this is going on. Because why would they switch it up and put something else? You get me? Like they don't expect anything to not sell out or to not have interest from people. Like that's why they put it on the freaking app in general. Like that's why they put it in the first place. Even when it comes to the companies or the artists that put it out, they're not putting something like, oh yeah, here's some whack shit, here's Electra, here's Toby that people won't like. Even the dude with Toby, like he knows he has his fan base, he knows why he put that first, and whatever he wants to do it, because the artists have more free range when it comes to hooking up the buyers or the people who are holding it. So I think that they are on task where shit's coming. Like you said, Miles Morales, the video game, the movie, probably like Old Man Logan. We didn't mention that shit or talk about it. The comic book. It's gonna be all tied into whatever's coming next. So they're gonna keep. So we don't know.
Marvel just has dope shit. Same shit like we say with Disney. How we've always said they have the bombs. It's Veve overall, but these dudes got the bombs, man. Like they really do. They could drop heat on us at any moment. Make shit go. Like they could have B-class X-Men drop and it's still dope. You know, if they drop a Gambit collectible, fucking that one's gonna be sick. And not even on some profit shit. That's like the collector side to you. You're like, fuck yeah, I want that Gambit. Like, give me that. Let me get that Wolverine. Not to, I'm gonna flip it. It's just like, dude, these shits are so dope to have that. If you had Wolverine doing a Berserker Barrage and shit, like that's the animation. It's gonna be like, fuck, I want that. It's a bunch of things that they can do and they can hit us with. So it's fucking, we're in good hands, man. Like this drop is huge. I don't feel good about it, but maybe people will sleep on it. Maybe they will think they could go in it in the aftermarket. Kind of makes me wish that they put it at 80. Because I'd rather pay 80 and try to go for a fucking secret rare than not have a chance.
Well, you think you don't have a chance, but we'll see. I don't know. People
we'll see.
Oh, it was because of this, or they only gave it to new users or people of this kind or whatever. So maybe only people who joined in the last 2 weeks because of New York Comic Con or whatever people's theory might be. But 3,000 editions, like, man, just press the fucking button and see what happens.
Now on the Comic Con drops, did you guys go for any at all?
No, the time shift.
Even the comic, the Spider-Man comic.
Yeah,
Mary Jane.
I hit the only one hit.
I hit it too.
You hit it too?
Yeah, I hit a comic.
I didn't.
Not two. TOO. Two. But
no, I hit one, remember, and I got it like within 1 minute. So I hit one, and before it said processing, I closed it. I tried to go for a second one.
What'd you get?
I got common, and I flipped it immediately for $20, and someone bought it right. Like, boom, I was one of the first listings. So I was like, I don't know, I was like in a flipping mood, and I knew it was gonna go back down, and I didn't get like a special mint or anything. So I was like, I'll put this 20 up, and I told you guys I took that 20 and I bought that Frank Baduke one of the Batman Black and White series. It was at its listing price of $40. I was like, what the fuck? Someone listed it. I bought it at 40. I remember seeing this thing like at $400. And I look and it's all times like 850.
A lot of those are
so
really,
so
really
then that
dumb.
really made me look like, okay, let me go look at the black and white Batmans. The Joe Mad was at $108.
What's all time high?
That one, I think like 1100 or something, 950. What's crazy, or I think even more. I think that one pumped really hard, but it took forever to get under 1,000, right? It's series 1 of Batman Black and White. It's always been like the cheapest series one you can get, but it was still hella expensive when you compare it to, where it is now. But I mean, at the time, compared to a Todd, compared to a Rizzo, it was bargain, right? Then you got that Becky Coonan Batman, right? That badass one where he's got the fucking his cape is like floating up. I know a friend of mine who bought that one for 2.2K back in January, like back in December, before even the crazy pump. That thing pumped crazy too, even beyond that. I think it was up to like 3.6K, And I remember even when they bought it, I was like, damn, that's badass. They're like, we're into Veve, but we're just going to get 1 or 2 big items and just sit on them for a few years. And I go, cool, is this dude and his girlfriend? And they're like, what do you got? And I told them I hit the Mickey Mouse, I had my little lenticulars and the Steamboat, like Success. At the time, you couldn't get a drop, and so I was getting lucky. But anyway, that sucker, even the Becky, dude, I saw that thing at 205. 205. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what?
Yeah, there's a lot of deals in
to be
the market right
expensive. Now. But so it got me thinking. I started looking. And besides the deals, there's an unnatural amount of sell pressure in certain spots. So right now, and even for Corey, I know who pays attention to this, Yeah,
he said he went for a few and he hit
on the Comic-Con.
Yeah, on some of the Comic-Con drop.
But right now, dude, what I feel like people will measure a bull run, right, by like how high you got, right? And the same thing, we're going to look back at this bear market we're in, and we're going to see how low we got on certain stuff. And there's certain stuff that's winning right now as far as it's just not going as low as other things, right? So at first, obviously, certain things were getting sold off at first. Things that were super high that had no business being that high. The Invisible Woman, the Mighty Marvels, all of them just fell off a cliff early in the bear market. And since they're always like, but now they've gone to the bottom, $7, $8. Not much lower they can go, even if they go to $5, $4, they go to $2. That's still you're only losing $2-3 if you buy one right now. Not much of a risk. These other big items that are 700, still 600, they're more dangerous buys right now because they just have more meat to lose, right? So when you start looking back, when we look back and go, okay, what lost the least? I feel like comics were holding well for a long time. Then they kind of fell off a little cliff a bit. Then AF-15 kind of revitalized the comics, especially the common. AF-15 made common the dominant. And that whole like outlook has spread throughout all comics. And that's just not me saying it. That's reflected in the price. When we first got on the app, I don't care how badass the comic was. Uncommon was always $1 or $2 more, just based off of scarcity, just based off of supply. That has totally flipped. Where like even the other night, I saw this last night, rare Spider-Man ASM1 for $62. That only has 3,000 editions.
And you didn't buy it.
No, because there's another one for 63, another one for 65. So I'm like, this has more to fall. This has more time to fall. I know the numbers don't make any sense, but we're in a bear market.
No, they get swept though.
No, they did. So
ones that get
swept. Even that Becky at 208, it got bought up because it was so low. People seen the new all-time lows that it got back up to 270.
Yep.
So then other foods will buy at that 270 thing is going to keep running. And then look at it today, just literally 4 hours later, it's at 250, 245. So it goes back down and kind of retest that super low. So if it hits 208, one time someone posted it, like your $95 boba, that means more people saw that, know that, and now know I'm gonna have to go lower than 95 if I want it to get instantly.
Well, that's why I'm happy I sold one of my bobas at like 700 a long time ago.
Yeah, of course.
That's what I did.
So anyway, that's my point. I've been looking at that. I think AF-15 has shook up the market more than we even like can really realize. And I think common comics are taking a lot of the market cap away from these collectibles now. And I think collectibles have the most like upside from if you buy them here, just because of how hard they pumped. Some of these things were like that are $20-30 now, were literally $200-300 like not too long ago, or even just to get back over to 100-150. I know comics are the same in a lot of ways, but comics also have the high editions and they have the $7 buy-in. And when you have the $7 buy-in, it's such a low start for people to have profit that they're just willing to hold on to it a little longer. But when you had something that you bought for 50 and it's at 60 now, you're like, damn, you're already selling, you're losing $6, right? The 10% or $5, but at least you're getting something. As it gets closer to listing price, those hands aren't as strong, you know? So if you watch that with collectibles, because their buy-in is so high, people are just much more willing to sell them. Like, why would you sell ultra rare Boba Fett? You bought it for $80. Why would you sell it for 95 right now? Like, it doesn't make sense, but it's because it was such a high buy, and you at least want to walk away with that 80 and not feel like a fool. And comics with a $7, it's such an upside. That's why it's so easy to hold on to them. You hit a secret rare, it's like, why would I sell it? I only spent $7 on it. Even if the lotto ticket ends up cashing in 2 years from now, it was only a $7 lotto ticket. I'm not tripping. And a lot of people share that sentiment just naturally from what I see from the price.
Now, also, before I forget, one thing I wanted to point out. Now there's been 2 Comic-Cons already this year. We got LA still coming up. They have dropped 2 Infinity Stones. One at the last one with the Tesseract, and then one with the Loki's scepter. I minted one because it was 30 gems, just like the Tesseract. So it wasn't like a big buy to me, you know, to mint one and have that Infinity Stone checked off the list. Now I got 3 of them. So I'm slowly getting there. I speculate, though, that there will be one at the LA Comic-Con as well. Who knows which one it is, but could be out there. And in the description of Loki's thing, it says it has the Infinity Stone in it.
Oh, yes,
but the scepter has more, right?
No, the
additions
still stays true. The additions.
Oh shit. Okay.
The rare, the rare and the ultra rare.
Maybe it'll be the soul stone, and you have to sacrifice something. A soul for a soul.
What do you mean?
The soul stone, like in the movie, the soul for a soul. So remember, he has to throw Gamora off.
Oh, you mean for LA Comic-Con?
just in general to get the soul
Once you
stone.
get that
However
one.
they do it, they got the space stone in the Tesseract. They got the Mind Stone in Scepter, and then you got the Time Stone. They're all in something, but the Soul Stone isn't in anything. So like in the movie, the only way you can acquire that is by doing that sacrifice and going to that planet. I forgot what the planet's called, Mordor or Moria.
That's fucking Lord of the Rings
or so whatever. You know what? It's a lot of mythology. I can't keep up with it. Right?
It might be more.
Anyway, something else that happened on the app that I remember seeing is metadata is now out. I know none of y'all are really into that. You guys don't really follow that shit. I haven't had a chance. I'm wondering if Corey, have you looked up your metadata?
So I haven't checked that out. You can only check it on the web app, right?
So what you have to do is there's a vv.me login that's separate from the web app. It just shows your balance of OMI and your balance of gems, you know? So it's a way, it's just like a basic website that Veve has set up. But there they actually have your Immutascan address. So with that, you could take that address, go to Immutascan, which is the immutable X, which is on Ethereum, and then you can track your wallet. You can see where you rank as far as how many collectibles are on the app. You can see the number one wallet on the app there. Then you can start following whales. So now we'll have more data on what whales are doing. What are they buying? What are they moving? Because it's such an important part of any ecosystem is what's the big money doing, because they affect it. And then you kind of see their strategy. So people have already started. It's been out for over a week since the last community check-in. I haven't messed with it. I'm wondering if you guys have.
I haven't at all,
or if Corey has. But obviously that'd just be another layer of data that we get to, which will be more interesting when things go up, and we have more need for it. But it's still something cool. I just wanted to mention it, kind of get you guys informed with that, and then ask Corey if he's or anyone in the chat has had a chance to check their Immutascan or has heard anything about it, any big whale activities.
I will not be flipping if I get the Miles Morales.
Nope, me either. I'll hold on.
Nah, I mean, Secret Rare is the only one that would be off limits, Like, say no.
I mean, maybe if ultra rare is pumping hard
shit anyway, though,
and you're able to get $200 for an ultra rare, like you really have to look at what $200 gets you right now. But that edition size too is pretty ridiculous. So it's tough to say. I'm telling you, I think right now with what you're looking at, what we've been talking about, dude,
you might be able to.
The last 6 months have been tough, and we've said it. All the signs are there. If we look at the next 6 months, and the Veve team knows this too, it's more of the same, bro. The world is headed for a global recession. There's not going to be huge money pumped in. We might have to be able to sit on our hands for another 12 months. So with that being said, I just think time is against us in that aspect. And as far as being investors, it's for us because now we know nothing is too far away.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing is too far away. So with that in mind, if you want to take advantage of a first day huge pump, then maybe you do want to sell at that relative top, because nothing has held that relative top from Vader, from AF-15.
This
everything
Secret Rare was
corrected,
160. Like that can't be ignored. It's just like AF-15, like that scarcity.
So let's get into let's get into price predictions.
Even though you say ignore listings, no, I don't think even the listings for the people that are gonna go for this drop, they will not be people who are naive to what they're going for. And if they hit that Secret Rare, there's only 160. The prices will be ridiculous. You're maybe gonna get 10 to 20
Let me ask
people
Corey. I hear you.
160 that are willing.
Well, let's
to
see.
sell
160. What's 1% of 160? 16 people. So I mean, we'll probably get around 3%, like with AF-15. AF-15 is still 6%, 7% of the Secret Rare people are listing.
And I believe that there's gonna be people.
What do you think about that
who
though?
Say
AF-15,
I need this
AF-15,
and get it.
It's a lot of swag listing, I guess. I guess I answered my own question.
Yep.
Anyway,
so what's gonna happen? It's gonna be crazy.
Let me hear your price predictions.
Of course, he hasn't gone too far into the metadata.
I slowly looked at. Okay. Hey Corey, all right, let's do it. I know we hate price predictions; they're pointless. But I am a little curious, just as far as how high that number you think can be. What do you think Secret Rare sits at floor after the first day? Not right after drop, not the lowest you can get it for. After 24 hours, where is it going to be sitting? That's Secret Rare.
Literally thinking like 3K.
You gonna say 3,000?
Yeah, like 3K.
Shit, dude. So it's already more valuable than
I
an
think
ultra
those
rare
things-
AF-15.
Yeah, because of the scarcity, because the 160
Damn.
and the animation of it and everything. Like, dude, I think this is a game changer for sure. Them keeping 90, and I literally mean that. Like, if it was at the 210 like they normally do, or 200, I don't think it'd be as bad because that's still 40 more that you're giving it to people. This shit's too low. It's way too low. 160. Just keep saying, just keep repeating. There's only 160 people that will get this shit.
But how many people want it? How many people really want to hold that one?
That's why. But for the people who do want it and they don't hit, that person who don't want it, he's gonna put it for like 3 Gs. He's not gonna put it up for a little bit. It's gonna be like there's only 100.
What if he puts it for 1,000? You don't think he'll put it for but someone will buy
I think
it right away?
there probably will be a few of those.
Okay,
maybe
for context,
1 or 2 or 3.
let's try to look at.
But no, hell no. Like,
what's another thing that dropped with such little? Like, there's Donnie. How many listings did Donnie have? I mean,
I don't know. This one's pretty low, bro.
Ooh, shit. Release amount for Donnie, 150 editions. Do you know how much the floor is for Donnie right now? 26,000. The Donnie's one of the more. It's a app grail. You know what I mean? They dropped so little of these at a time where things were so hot that this thing went nuts. And yeah, it never really has a lot of listings. Right now, I believe it has a total of 6 listings, which is 4%. So damn, I'm inclined to agree with you on that, Ben. You might be right. We might just see 10 listings tomorrow, if that. You know, that would still be 8%, close to 8% of the supply.
It's not many. Like, dude, I don't know.
What are they going to list it at? 10 grand? You know what I mean? Up there, like as much as the AF-15 secret rare, you know, which is sitting at 10 right now. That's pretty interesting. What do you think, Corey? I'm interested. What do you think? He's saying rare. He's saying secret rare 4,500. I mean, with this edition size, and you compare it to Donnie, that does sound low. I mean, that's insane, man. Imagine someone listed for 500, just not knowing. There's gonna be people tomorrow who do that, for sure.
Yep.
For sure.
They'll get bought up, and then boom.
Damn, tomorrow might be the day to have like 500, 1,000 ready. Like, don't load it up, but just be ready in that aftermarket for the first sucker who lists, because you know there's going to be someone who lists at 500 or like tries to get that $1,000 come up, thinking this price is ridiculous, not knowing that they could probably get it for double to triple, you know?
Man, like, I'm just glad they didn't give too many days for these people to make their
So
fucking,
Corey's saying 800 rare, 1,100 ultra rare, and 4,500 secret rare. That's pretty crazy, man. I really don't know. I don't know what to think. I really don't know what to think. I mean, even now, looking at Corey's numbers and kind of realizing the scarcity, me thinking that a rare could go back to freaking retail, it just seems like it won't happen. There's not enough to go around. Like, if you even try to list
we might be shocked by it, you know, but I mean, I'd have to say it's probably going to perform really, really well. Even in this market, it's going to fucking blow shit out the water.
Right,
they did it with this scarcity.
Right.
And they look dope. These are not Electras. You know, she's not even sexy.
No, and the secret rare,
that. This is
the secret rare looks ridiculous,
sweater,
dude.
He looks sick as fuck.
But like the secret rare does look ridiculous. I have to admit, like
on
the fucking the layout of it looks really,
goes
really
invisible.
Dope.
Jumps up, goes invisible.
That
shit's dope, man.
Premium digital dope right here. Yes, only 1,750 of the rare.
Factor this in for the people who own that.
Only
Spider-Man
1,000
Season
editions
1.
of the rare.
The dudes who own the Spider-Man Season 1 who want to pair the secret rare with the secret rare Miles Morales, they're gonna pay a top fucking dollar for that shit to get that secret rare if they don't hit it. They will. Those whales that got it all and got the gems, they're gonna spend on it because they know that edition size. They know. And then there's a bunch of people who don't know, who are probably watching the price predictions on all these YouTube channels and shit, doing their homework and listening to what these dudes are doing. But we really don't know what it's gonna do. But I expect this shit to go fucking crazy, ape shit all over the market. Make people fucking want to throw their phones that they didn't hit. That's how bad. That's how much the numbers are gonna do.
That's true. I mean, it has. I mean, if we just look at a Vader, let's just say Vader got 5,000 editions, right? Let's just call it 5,000 as a nice round, right? And then divide that by what? So there's 33 times the scarcity, and a Vader's sitting at what, 850 right now, and we're gonna multiply that by 33, 28k. 28k is as far as the money that's already in the app and what they value something else per their availability, even with those whales to get it, right?
Yep.
So now you have such a little bit amount of supply. Yeah, you're right, dude. And if people list at a G or 500 or even at 5Gs, you could have whales who just buy them up knowing they're going to be worth 20 Gs down the line and just say, nope,
yep,
nope, no, anyone who listed, I'm buying. Boop, boop. Ah, man, it's crazy. It is a really big drop. And that's the, we talk about it all the time on the show. It's been a while since we had to say it. And I heard you guys saying it when I was in Russian, but like Veve got it. Veve got that work. They drop bombs whenever they want. And this is just another example because it really reminds you of the power of the brand that they got. And yeah, not everyone's going to be Miles Morales. We'll get a Mysterio. We're going to get a henchman or a guy, but they're the ones who
think of the buzz this creates with the low edition size. The people who are like, I'll just buy it in the aftermarket. Why would you spend? Well, you guys haven't learned yet. You haven't learned yet. I hope those guys sit this out, but I don't think even those idiots will be like, oh, I'm just going to sit this out. They're going to go for it because they know what's up. That edition size is just, you cannot ignore it.
1660. I mean, how do you even compare it? Like even secret rares aren't that low, right? Secret rares.
No. That's what I'm saying.
Let's just say this, like obviously the secret rare Spider-Man, they put a lot of them.
I know
let's
that.
Just look at another one like
the 007 one's the only one I could think of.
No, I mean like Martin. A Marvel though. Marvel. Like let's say Black Panther.
No, but let's just say
how many Black Panther
secret rare that's on the app, regardless. Let's compare edition sizes. I think only the Aston Martin has so few.
Really?
Which one has only that much?
True, dude. Let's see. Black Panther secret rare. It has 2,800 editions. 2,800 editions. 2,800 divided by 150. 18 times the freaking scarcity of even Black Panther secret rare, and Black Panther secret rare is still holding $340. So $340 times 18, $6,000. So if you compare it to a secret rare like that, you're looking like at a $6,000 floor price for this one. You know what I mean? That seems maybe a little more realistic. I'm gonna go with half of that. I'm gonna go with half of that. I'm gonna go with you, Ben. 3 Gs, and even Corey's 4,800. I could rock with that. 3 Gs seems realistic. I think it probably should be at 6, but just the nature of the market right now, like $6,000, that gets you, like I said, that gets you 7 Vaders. You know what I mean? So it's like, is this even with the low editions worth 7, other grails like that, 7 ultra rares? I don't know if it's at 6K, 3,000 sounds a little more reasonable. And can keep enough of the smaller wallets away, right? But
1,000 editions. I'm going through the secret rares trying to see.
Well, I'm excited, man. I'm wishing you, Corey, wish you the best of luck, dude. We will check in next week and see how we did. Also, I want to talk about Decon Anaheim is November 20, I think it's 23rd. But I'll be going. I was gonna buy my ticket last night, but I'm gonna wait a few more days. I'm waiting for a little more money to come in. But it's only $97 and you get a 3-day pass. And David Hughes confirmed to be there. You'll have Dan there, and we'll have our chance. If we can see David there, which I know everyone and their mom's gonna be looking for him, we can have a chance to get that Veve logo and get our card. I was even thinking about like I told you, was finding out what flights are coming in from Singapore, wherever they're,
Yeah, you're trying to go
New Zealand.
stalker shit.
No, I mean, that's just commitment, dude. People do it for rock stars. Like, what time are they flying in? Call the airport, call someone, like, figure it out. Then be right there when David Yu lands. Boom, have a little sign. David Yu, Veve. Who the fuck are you? Yo, man, I want my card. What's crazy is that he got stopped at customs. He said on the update, and the security guard was like, "Hey, can you come to the side?" And David Yu's like, "Oh shit, what happened?" And he's like, "Hey, you're David Yu from Veve? I got Veve." And David Yu's like, "Awesome, man." He's like, "Damn, I thought I was in trouble or something." And he's like, "No, I'm a fan." And he gave him the card. Here you go. And it was like TCA or something.
Damn.
Or TSA. I was like, "Oh man, like, okay, why can't we?" You know what I mean?
Or for sure, we just buy aftermarket tickets to come.
No, hell no. I'll tell you why. Anaheim, cheaper. Second, it's before. Who knows how many cards he's gonna have left? They don't have that many left. He said they gave a bunch away in London, and they gave some away in New York, and then everyone knows. So you know how the LA people are crazy. You saw the Decon launch party, the kickoff party. Most of the Veve community, not most, but there's a big chunk that's in Southern California, especially a lot of content creators. So they're going to be all up in the mix. So we got to beat them, dude. We got to figure out some way to beat them because, I mean, that's a grail right there, bro. And they already said, what's it called? They already said that, you're going to get a physical of the Veve logo at the Decon that day. And every time they do a pop-up, if you're a holder of the logo, not the original holder, just holding it now, you'll get a free giveaway. So you're pretty much locked in for giveaways for life.
Where is our Veve logo from the Decon at the kickoff party?
They said they got it ready.
We do not have them yet.
I hope that comes with some
We've
utility.
been waiting for it.
That'd be dope.
I mean, I hope it's the same one. That would be fucking dope. But nah, they said it was white and blue, huh? They confirmed that shit. They did. But yeah, it's a big drop tomorrow.
Big drop tomorrow, guys. This is gonna be a short episode for us.
We might even
just wanted to check
another
in.
Big drop after this, so fuck. Next week when we come in, we might be like,
oh, Ronnie in the house. What up, Ronnie? Good luck tomorrow, bro. Huge drop. We just talked about it. Miles Morales is finally on the app. We've been waiting a while for him. The edition size is crazy. We're doing price predictions. Ben thinks $3,000. We got Corey who said 4.8 grand. Shit, in our text message, I was like, this thing is gonna go for like a G. But when you really like factor in the edition size, nah, we could really see a home run with this one. We're talking upwards to 6 to even 20K, man. I mean, it sounds crazy, but only 150. If you have 1% listing, you're looking at 15 listings on the market. Then you got whales who are gonna be buying those up. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be an interesting day tomorrow. David said he had a batch of I see it. Over 300 cards. Yeah, man. He got another batch for Decon. I think he said like 50. So if there's 300, they only did 500. So there's only 200 left. They're thinking 50 at each event. They probably have 4 events till then. Decon for sure is one, and then LA Comic Con is one. So that's 100 of them there. We got to get that card, man. We got to get that card. That's a grail right there. That logo is a grail, and it's going to give you access to the team as far as just being one of the people in the club,
That got it. Yep.
Forever and ever, man. That's a huge one, bro. People won't be able to buy that type of access unless they're going to give an arm and a leg. And right now, the floor price on it is just as much as a freaking Walt or something like that. So it just shows you how much people value it even right now in a bear market. So
also too very scarce as far as what it says, like edition size. On the app, I think it says like 500, somewhere around there.
500. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They made like 500 and something. So yeah, man, we're excited for tomorrow. I'm pumped up. See what we could do.
You just gotta say what's up to them, Ronnie, and then they give you it. Just you throw a piece at them, and then they throw you the card.
Right.
No, I'm joking, but
also because Alex wants me to plug
show
it.
Show me your
next
account,
Saturday. We'll be golfing Golf Locals Foundation, our second tournament here in Pico Rivera. So if you're from Southern California or Los Angeles, hit us up. We'll be golfing Pico Rivera Golf Course, Golf Locals 2-man scramble. It's what we do. We do dope shit like that. But yeah, man, we're excited. We're tired. Obviously, it's been a crazy week. This is gonna be a short episode. We're not gonna go too crazy on everything. Obviously, things with Veve have been a little quiet, but slowly progressing. I don't want to complain about the same stuff. No MCP.
If I do hit the secret rare, I'll go live. I'll do a little,
Yeah, if one of us hits secret rare, we'll jump on. We will jump back on live on YouTube
to be
and do a celebratory.
That's for sure.
Stream. That's what we should do. That's what should get done. But man, hey, I'm already preparing myself for tomorrow's disappointment. I'm not gonna lie. This ain't gonna be like me. I was dumb enough to convince myself with AF15 I was getting one. So that's why when I did it, I was really bummed out, dude. I haven't got over it. It's like a bad breakup. Like it's been 2 months. I'm still not over that shit. So tomorrow I'm actually gonna be calm. Like, you know what? It's like lottery. Like, you might get lucky, but don't get your hopes up too high. It is what it is. Let's enjoy the ride. Let's see where Miles Morales falls, and for sure he'll be one that we pick up eventually, or at least be on our list to get him. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, we appreciate everyone tuned in. It feels good to be back on and to get love and to be on with our boys Corey, Ronnie, Al X, everyone in the spot, everyone in the chat, man.
Everyone,
we appreciate you guys, and we wish you guys best of luck, man.
Before Wednesday, if one of us hits, man, if we go live before, then that means one of us got blessed. Or shit, maybe all three of us. Best of luck to you guys on that drop. Hope you guys hit. Veve Bros, we out. Premium Digital Dope every Wednesday.